Live a day in the life of an Egyptian pharaoh. It's pretty awful. You are 9 years old. Two men wake you before sunrise. They have done this every morning you can remember, and they will do it every morning for the rest of your life. They wash you, they perfume you, they dress you in gold. Outside, the sun comes up over the richest kingdom on earth, and all of it belongs to you. You are the Pharaoh of Egypt, and you will be dead in 10 years. Let's start with what you're wearing, because almost none of it is decoration. The striped cloth on your head marks you as king. The cobra at your forehead is a goddess, and she is there to spit fire at your enemies. The crook in your right hand is a shepherd's. You are the herdsman of your people. The flail in your left is for driving cattle. Together they mean, I feed you and I discipline you. You are led out to eat, but before you eat, the gods eat. In every temple in Egypt, at this exact hour, a shrine is being opened, a god is being washed, dressed, and offered food. And officially, you are doing all of it. You are the only person in Egypt permitted to touch a god. There are hundreds of temples. There is one of you. So priests stand in for you, everywhere, simultaneously, every single day, in your name. On the walls of those temples, the king is shown performing the ritual himself. He almost never is. That is worth holding on to because it is the pattern of your entire life. You are the person in the picture. You are very rarely the person doing the thing. Your own breakfast is bread, fruit, honey, beer thick enough to chew, meat if you want it. You will never in your life be hungry. Now you are carried out to be looked at. Men who were commanding armies before you were born lower their foreheads to the floor in front of you. Governors, priests, generals, scribes. Some of them have run this country for 30 years. They are bowing to a child, and everybody in the room knows it. Petitions are read out. Disputes are settled. Grain quotas, temple appointments, a quarrel over a boundary stone in a village you will never see. Decisions are made in your name all day long. You are not making them. Nobody in this room will look you in the eye. Nobody will say your name without putting a blessing after it. Life, prosperity, health, every single time, all day, for the rest of your life. A man whose entire job is to carry your sandals stands behind you. It is one of the most senior positions at court. Another man holds a fan over your head. He is a nobleman. His son will inherit the fan. Sometimes they put you at a window. It is a real thing, built into the palace wall, and it has a name, the window of appearances. You stand in it. Below you, a man who has served Egypt for 40 years waits with his arms raised. You drop a collar of heavy gold down to him. Everyone cheers. He will have this carved on the wall of his tomb. It will be the proudest moment of his life. You are 9 and you have just thrown jewelry at a stranger. There are letters too. Kings write to you. The king of Babylon, the king of Assyria, the Hittites up in the north, who are the closest thing you have to a rival. They call you brother. They ask after your health, your wives, your horses. Then they ask for gold. All of them ask for gold. One of them writes that in your country, gold must be as common as dust. There is so much of it, so surely you can spare some. Your scribes answer in your name. You may never read the reply. 2 men stand close to you. One is called I. His title is God's father, and nobody has ever fully worked out what that means. He may be your grandfather or your great-uncle, or simply the most senior man left alive at court. The other is Horemheb, who commands the army, and whose formal title is deputy of the king in the entire land. No Egyptian text ever calls either of them your regent. That word is ours, not theirs. But you are 9, and somebody is running Egypt, and it is not the 9-year-old. Both of these men will be pharaoh after you die. But there are good hours in this day too. You own 6 chariots. You own dozens of bows, a throwing stick, and a fan made of ostrich feathers with a scene on the handle showing you hunting the very birds it came from. You own gaming boards, ebony and ivory, beautiful things. Nobody today knows how to play them. The rules died with you. You hunt, you shoot, you race. You are, for a few hours, a boy with the best toys in the world. Then you go back to being a function. Then the heat comes and Egypt stops. The court thins out. The corridors go quiet. For a few hours, nobody needs you to be anything. This is when your body gets to tell the truth. Your left foot turns inward. It has done since you were born, and the bone inside it is slowly dying. Walking any distance hurts. There are more than 100 walking sticks in your palace. Several of them are worn smooth, where a small hand has gripped them. When you travel, you are carried. It looks like ceremony. And there is a fever that keeps coming back. It arrives, burns through you for days, and goes. Months later it returns. It has come for you more than once, and it will come again. Everyone you know has had it. Half the children born in your kingdom will not live to see 5. You are a living god, and you cannot make it stop. You were not always called this, by the way. You can probably still remember being called something else. Tutankhamun, living image of the sun disk. That was your father's god, the only one he would allow. He closed the temples for it. He emptied the priesthoods for it. He built a whole new city out in the desert for it and moved the entire court there, and that is where you were born. Then he died, and it all landed on you. The old temples are open again now. The old gods are back where they were, and your name was changed to announce it, Tutankhamun, living image of Amun, the god your own father abolished. You were 9 years old. Nobody asked you. Your wife is called Tutankhamun. She grew up in that desert city too. She is the only person left alive who remembers the same childhood you do. You will try twice for a child. Neither will live. Both daughters will be buried beside you in small gilded coffins. And 3,000 years from now, they will still be the only children of yours that anyone has ever found. The sun starts to go down, and Egypt gets quietly nervous. Not visibly, nobody says it out loud, but the sun setting is not a neutral event here. It is a death. Every evening the sun god is swallowed, and every night he has to travel underneath the world and fight his way out the other side. There are things waiting for him down there. There is a serpent. And it is not guaranteed that he wins. The rituals that help him win are performed in temples the length of Egypt in your name. That is what you are for. So when the light goes orange over the river, and the fishing boats come in, and the birds lift off the water in their thousands, you are looking at the most beautiful thing in your kingdom, and also at a problem that has to be solved again tomorrow. The shrines are closed for the night, the doors are pulled shut and sealed with clay. The gods are put to bed before you are. Then the lamps. Wicks floating in oil, in stone bowls, in every room. The palace turns gold and enormous and very quiet. Somewhere down a corridor there are men who will stand awake all night because you are asleep. Your bed is wood and it is beautiful, and you do not sleep on a pillow. Your head rests in a carved wooden cradle, because that is how everyone sleeps here, king or farmer. There is netting to keep the insects off you. It does not entirely work. And then it is dark, and you are 9 years old, and you are the most powerful human being alive, lying awake in a very large building. Tomorrow they will wake you before sunrise, and you will do all of it again. You are about 19 when it ends. Nobody has ever established what killed you, not the men who wrapped you, and not anyone since. You are buried fast, in a tomb that is small for a king and was very probably not cut for you. The paint on the walls is still drying when they seal it. And then Egypt begins to forget you on purpose. Horemheb takes the throne and takes your monuments with it, your name chiseled out, his cut in over the top. A century later, when the official list of Egypt's kings is carved, it runs from your grandfather straight to Horemheb. You are not condemned. You are not attacked. You are simply skipped. You, your father, and everyone in between. 200 years after that, workmen cutting a tomb for a later king tip their rubble down the hillside and build their huts on top of it. Underneath is a small doorway nobody is looking for. Then the floods come and seal it. And here is the joke at the end of it. They were trying to make certain that nobody would ever say your name again. It worked so completely that nobody came looking. No robbers with good information, no one with a reason. You lay under a pile of workmen's rubbish for 3,000 years precisely because Egypt had decided you were nobody. Every other pharaoh in that valley, the great ones, the conquerors, the ones with the enormous monuments, was emptied, stripped by people who knew exactly whose tomb they were standing in. You are the most famous pharaoh who ever lived. And the only reason anyone knows your face is that Egypt tried to forget it.